What's good, everybody? I hope that everybody's doing well, fine, fantastic. I hope that you're making moves and making plans and planning to make moves and making things happen in your life. So I had a great conversation today with someone, and I said, you know what? I gotta turn this into content. So I've had a lot of I've had a lot of people who have been reaching out and would just talking about different things, and I got to turn it into content. I got to turn it into content. So we had a great conversation. So you know exactly who you are, and I told you I was going to do this, so don't act shocked. So I was so excited to do this, right? So I didn't want to feel like cooking, so I was running out and about to grab something to eat, and I made notes, and I forgot the notepad in the house. I also forgot the water in the house, so that's what you get when you're just so excited to get it done. But I had 7 points I want to cover in today's topic, so hopefully I can remember all 7. So here we go. First one, answer the question, why in the dating scene, why do men do these things? Or why don't they do these things? Or why do they do these things, right? So first one is we're gonna start this off with you meet somebody and then take it all the way through till you start, really kind of in the dating scene. Not long-term dating, but maybe I'll do that another time. If you want me to do another one, a part 2 to this one, I'll do it in a long-term type of thing. But I think this will encapsulate the early stages of dating. So I think I pretty much picked it up, but I could be missing something. Okay, first one is again, starting off from the beginning, and then we'll get to the end. And you really want to stick around for number 7. And don't fast forward because I know you did it. Don't cheat. All right. So, not picking up signals. How come men don't know? Oh, that was it. How come men don't know? I know I forgot one. Hold on a second here. How come they're not picking up signals? I might have to make this 8 because I remembered another one. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So not picking up signals. They don't pick up, a lot of guys don't pick up signals, right? I am not good at that. I am not good at that. And a lot of this is going to be stuff I talked about already, so it's going to be kind of a rehash of a lot of stuff. So if you follow my content, you probably know what my thoughts are and opinions. Things have changed, times have changed. I'm not going to rehash all that. Women are working, women are doing whatever they're doing, and they're entering the boss chick era, and so therefore they, a lot of times, guys just don't pick up signals, right? The women are still acting like, it's, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years ago when guys are supposed to approach and do this, that, and the other. And they don't know, right? I like the way that my good friend Auntie Anita puts it from Better Love Movement is, you got to throw a hanky down to let a guy know that you're interested. And that could be as simple as going to the grocery store and just asking, hey, what cereal do you buy? Or, hey, you're taller than me, can you reach up there? Just let them know that you're available for a conversation, because guys don't know, because the Me Too movement has destroyed a lot of guys. I want to call it confidence. I'm going to use that for lack of a better term. I'm not saying all guys are not confident, or I'm not saying all that. I'm not talking about all men either. So don't get in the comment section. I'm not saying most guys. I'm not saying many guys. I'm just saying sometimes guys. If the guy fits this parameter, then you know what it is. So they don't pick up on signals because a lot of times because of the Me Too movement. They're scared to approach you in a gas station parking lot. They're scared to approach you in stores, malls, at a comedy club, or whatever, because they don't know. They don't know how you're going to take it and all this kind of stuff. Now, I would now, comedy club is probably a little bit of a stretch, because there is a social environment where you probably are putting on your best foot forward and becoming more and putting yourself in an available spot if he doesn't see you with a guy or another guy or something like that. So, but a lot of times guys don't pick up on signals. I remember one time I was at the mall and this girl is standing behind me, and I was married at the time, but she couldn't see my ring, and she's walking back and forth and stuff. And I know she was doing it, but I was like, listen, I'm in my mind, I'm married, so I wasn't going to entertain it. So finally, she just walked off. So, but you gotta, sometimes guys, I knew she was doing that at that time, but a lot of other times, guys don't miss it, particularly if it's an environment that isn't so welcoming as in a comedy club, right? If you're at a grocery store, they don't know anymore. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Schools, like college campuses, libraries, they don't know. They don't know because of they don't want to be put on blast. They don't want to have their text messages or whatever filmed and taken pictures of and put on this blast for the world to see. Look at Michael Eric Dyson, what he just went through. All right. Okay. Why are they acting shy and why don't they approach anymore? Why are they acting shy and why don't they approach anymore? They are acting shy and they don't approach anymore because of the environment. Because the environment has changed. They don't want to go through what Michael Eric Dyson went through. They don't want their pictures and screenshots taken and put on Facebook and Snapchat and all this other stuff. They don't want that. So, a lot of guys are really just kind of just checking out. And so if you want them to, and this is going to seem so counterintuitive, and it's so crazy because when you look at, in particular, the mouse utopia experiment, the women become more, the female mice became more masculine and the male mice became less dominant. And we're going through that. So now you have to see, you're probably watching this saying, I'm not shooting my shot. I'm not letting this guy know. He ought to know. He ought to be masculine enough. But the environment has changed. A man is risking his job. Look at Michael Eric Dyson. Look at all these other people who whether it's guilty or not. I'm not talking about whether Michael Eric Dyson did it. I'm talking about putting it on blast. That was wrong. If he did it and he's married, we all can agree that was wrong. But what I'm never going to agree with is you completely embarrass this man for the world to see. And guys aren't willing to risk that. I see on my Facebook feed, I'm not even on there that much, guys just, having their screenshots taken and this, that, and the other, and humiliating people and all this kind of stuff. Guys, they're not going to want to do it. So this is why they're shy and not approaching. They want to, and you got to give the signal for him that it's okay for you to come up to him. Well, that makes you feel like you're in a dominant position and this, that, and you feel like you're out your feminine. This is the result. Things have consequences, and so this is the consequence of the actions about what's going on. So, you don't like it. I don't like it, but this is what guys are doing. I gotta find a place to put this in. All right, so the third one. Why aren't they pursuing? Same thing. And by pursuing, I mean going after. I mean calling, texting, chasing you. There's a number of reasons for this. They may have other options. They may actually genuinely be busy. I know guys from my age group, right? They're busy. They're doing stuff, right? I've run into a lot of ladies who are busy and doing things. Just doing things. You got kids, grandkids. You're going here, you're going there. You're making moves. You're making videos. You're working. You start doing a second business, second job, doing something, right? So that makes him not want to pursue. It also could be because he's got a bunch of other options he's exploring, right? And particularly for older guys, they're just not interested in the same way that guys in previous generations were, because they have deemed the juice not to be worth the squeeze. I have to chase you. I have to do this. I have to do that in order to pay your bills and to take you out on a date. And what do I get back for that? What do I get back for that? In all honesty, what does a man who's chasing you, running you down, what does he get back for that? So we got 3 so far. He's not picking up signals, right? What's happened to the masculinity of men, right? They're not picking up signals. Why isn't he approaching, right? Why do I got to let him know what's going on? Why isn't he pursuing me like men of old, right? Songs and love letters and constant text messages and all this kind of stuff. And then there's another thing too. I don't know if I think I deleted the picture, but I might have it in my deleted folder. So I'll put up the picture too, right? There's this thing about men who shouldn't be dating, right? A woman recently put out a picture of men who should be avoided in the dating scene. Another reason, right? So in this picture is you avoid these men if they're the grand rising men, right? These good morning text messages type of thing. Some women like it, some women don't. Some women find it to be annoying. Can't figure it out. There is no what's one set standard, and that is a frustration because men are very much, as I talked about in the first one, very much linear. Very much, I am very much linear. I'm a very listen. This is what it is. I'm not looking to play games. I'm not looking to read between the lines. I don't do it very well. So you gotta tell me. And this is what a lot of guys are dealing with, right? So they're not going to pursue if they don't know what it is. They want to be sure and they want to know what it is. This is going to end up being 8. Again, this is the initial stages, right? Why do they approach me at the wrong time? You as a woman, why do they approach me at the wrong time? I'm at the store. I'm at the gas station filling up my tank. I don't look good. I got sweats on. I got a raggedy pair of jeans. I got a bonnet on. Why are they approaching me? Listen, men are very simple creatures, and we see you on your game, shopping, doing wifely type of stuff, then that is sexy to us. In my time now being single, right? I don't approach women at big fancy galas and stuff. I don't do that because I know that you're made up, and I'm gonna meet a representative. What do you look like when all the makeup is off? What do you look like day to day? And that's why it's sexier to me and to other men who think like me. Of course, there are always gonna be somebody who's gonna approach somebody somewhere. This isn't 100%. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. They're gonna approach you at times that you don't think they should be. Right? You just go to a festival, you just gotta, you with your girls and you just want a night out and just you're not even thinking about it. And then here comes some guy wants to buy you some popcorn or whatever. Or you're at the grocery store, you just ran to ran into Walmart, Target or whatever, just real quick. Or something broke in your house, you gotta run down to Home Depot. We all know about the Home Depot. I guess that's a new dating spot. So this is what it is, right? So he's approaching at the wrong time because he's looking for a good woman, and he sees you on your game, on your grind, right? Why are men asking to go 50-50? And I'm going to couple this with asking you to pay for dates. Because a lot of this we talked about, a lot of this is red pill content. You've probably seen it before. Why? So they're doing that because they don't want to be taken advantage of. They're sick of paying for dates. They're sick of you of being demanded to pay for $100 and $200 dates and take you to places that you don't normally go and pay for this and pay for that. And then next thing you know, and it's a Wednesday, and then next Thursday you're on a date with somebody else. So they're sick of that. So they're saying, we're not doing it anymore. So we're going to go 50-50 on a date. You pay for your date. I'm going to pay for my date. Or my portion of it, right? And again, if I'm paying for the full date and I just order I think I got a picture, I'll put it up if I have it. This woman's on there eating a bunch of crab legs and shrimp and stuff, and she's on her phone. I'm not paying for that. I'm not, guys aren't going to pay for that anymore. They're not going to do it. If I have the picture, it's obviously going to be put up, but I have a picture, or I had a picture on my phone of a woman who was on a date, allegedly, looking at her phone and eating, somebody had ordered a bunch of fried seafood. Nobody's doing that anymore. I mean, only a fool would do that going forward. So that's 50-50 and asking you to pay for dates. Again, this is all environmental changes that men did not initiate. These are all environmental changes that men did not initiate. So the next one is ghost you or not be serious. Ghost, not be serious. We'll put this in refuse to commit, right? Make it 7 again. Refuse to be serious, ghost, not commit. This is a problem that's going on in the dating scene by men and women. This is a problem that I find to be very, very much a turnoff, and really was one of the nails in the coffin for me. Like, I got to get out of here because nobody's serious. Everybody just wants this, that, and the other. They're in it for themselves. Everybody has a bunch of walls up. You can't decipher. You can't figure out what's going on. Everybody's right. You got and you just can't figure out what's going on. They got these walls up. They can't decipher. You know, people are playing games. They're not putting. They got these representative forward. You know, I'm having a hard time articulating this because what's going on is people are the dating scene is the dating scene, and we don't even realize it. Like we're all breathing air and oxygen, and I mentioned this about fish in the water, right? When fish in the water, no, the fish don't notice the water until it gets murky, and we're all breathing air, and then you don't realize until it becomes toxic and polluting, you can't breathe it anymore. But it's the same thing with the dating market. People are hurt within the dating market. I talked about this in my dating broken hearts kind of video. We're all in this dating. If you're in the dating market, you don't even realize you don't even realize you're doing it. You're scared, you're shy, you're bashful, you're holding back. You got this representative you're putting forward. You're not putting your best foot forward. You got this attitude. I'm going to call him. He's not going to call me. He's going to call me. He's not. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. We don't even realize it. We're all in this dating market and we don't even realize it. It's an American, I think it's a Western phenomenon from what I can tell from other videos that I watch. It's just a Western phenomenon. And we don't even realize that it's going on and occurring. So this is what's going on, right? And so men are just a part of this environment. It sucks. It's terrible. I hope that people would mature and grow out of it. I hope that at some point that this breaks, but I don't see any break in this anytime in the foreseeable future. I don't see any break for this in the foreseeable future. And I say that reluctantly. I say that hesitantly. I say that with all hopes of that it changes, but it is absolutely terrible when it comes to this. Nobody's dating, nobody's serious. Let me do a recap here. Guys sometimes don't pick up on signals, so they might need a little help. I understand that's a turn off for you, but this is a consequence of the dating market. You guys want to be single, strong, independent, make money, do this, do that. Have your okay? Well, then, and the worst part is that you know, if he does put his best foot forward, he can be laughed at, he can be scorned, he can have his stuff put on Instagram. You know, nobody's going to sign up for that, right? This is again why they don't. So this is just the thing that men don't do generally, pick up signals. Men generally just don't pick up signals as well as women can. And this has been documented in psychological literature that women are more attuned to the environment. They can read facial cues and things like that better than men can, right? So that's just a thing. They're shy, they may not approach because they're scared of what I'm going to call the Dyson effect, right? Right? I mean, I'm going to call it, if you hear anybody else call it that, you know you heard it here first, the Dyson effect, right? And this has been going on before Michael Eric Dyson, but they don't want their stuff put all over the place. That screenshot of him, whatever he wrote, is now in the federal halls of congressional record. There's no reason for that. No reason for that. I'm going to keep harping on that. No reason for it. Men are not pursuing because they may be busy with their hobbies, busy with their jobs. They deem the juice not to work to be the squeeze, and of course they could not be interested, right, to that particular level. So, particularly after they got the cookie, right? They might not be interested after they got the cookie. Why are they asking to go 50-50? What happened to strong masculine men? And all these top four could be all strong masculine men. What happened to them? What happened to men? What happened to men? I've talked about this ad nauseum, right? Asking you to pay for dates because they don't want to be used. They don't want to be, you know, take you on a $200 date and you don't ever hear from you again. It's crazy. Nobody's doing that. You're a fool if you do that. And I said it. You're a fool if you do that. Taking you $200 date. It's coffee. It's a slice of pizza or ice cream or a walk in the park. Those are the four. Those are the four dates that I advocate for men go on these days. Take you for a slice of pizza at the local pizza shop or something, or bagel or whatever. Something small, some snack. A walk in the park. Go get some ice cream or coffee. That's it. Period. Taking a $200 date. I don't know. Ghost you because they're not serious. They're refusing to commit because they got other options. They're refusing to commit because again they deem the juice not to be worth the squeeze, and it's a shame and it's terrible, but it is what it is. So. You got to give men something that they're not going to get any other place, and that is difficult in these days and times. I know that it is, and the same thing, yes, the same thing could be said about women. But for men, you as a woman, if you want his attention, you got to give him something that he was not going to get in any other place at any time. It's just what you got to get him. So, you guys got to figure that out. You gotta figure that out. And lastly, why does this man that I just met showing me his package, sending me package pics? Every man, from the time that they're a small little kid, becomes fascinated with their little weebies. I got his text message, and it's the person who's texting me is the person who's asked me to make this video, or I was talking to. So why why are they sending me package pics? They become fascinated with their little weebies, and they never grow out of that fascination. He's an 80-year-old, 90-year-old man. He's still fascinated with it. Right? It's the best thing in the world to him, and he thinks that you think it's the best thing in the world. And there's been articles written about it. There's been videos made about it. It's been on social media. It's been on traditional media. There's been blog posts about it. As men, you should not be sending package pics. Stop sending package pics. They don't want to see it. At least that's what they claim. Every woman that I know has always said they don't like it, but they keep the pictures. So you're reinforcing it. You are reinforcing. When you keep the pictures and when you continue to talk to him after he sent it, you know what would stop women? If you really wanted the pictures to stop, here's how you would stop it. You would never talk to the man again after he sent you a packet pic. You would send him, oh, listen, I don't do that. That's gross. That's disgusting. I'm a lady. Don't ever send that to another woman. And then you don't ever talk to him again. But, oh man, you're pearl clutching. Oh, I'm just so offended. Oh, it's such a turn off. But you keep it, and you're showing your little girlfriends, and you're still talking to him, and he's this, right? And I've had this conversation with numerous people, numerous women. I guarantee if you went to a bunch of women's phones, you see his little secret folder in there, and they'd all have it in. So you're playing like you don't like it, but secretly you do like it, and it's secretly you do. You say it's a turn off. You say it's so disgusting. How dare he? I'm so offended at this, that, and the other. I ordered some food. I'm going to tell me it's ready. Okay, thank you. So they tell you this stuff, right? So they say all this stuff, and it's just not the way that it is. It's just not the way that it is. So I gave you the secret of all you ladies out there. Spread the news, spread the message. If you don't want package pics, got to watch my monetization here. If you don't want package pics, then once you get one, then you tell that man, I'm never talking to you again because you sent me that. Then he will be so scarred and emotionally scarred that he'll never do it again to another woman. Or if he does it to a second woman and she has the same response, then he recognizes that the game's up and you're not going to do it anymore. So you heard it here first. This is how you stop it. But if you're keeping them in secret folders, if you're not deleting them, if you're not blocking them, if you're showing them to your girlfriends, and you're all having a good laugh about it, then this is why they're going to continue to happen. That's why it's going to continue to happen. So, all right. So, guys don't pick up at signals. They're not approaching. They're not pursuing and they're asking for 50-50 or you pay for dates, all for the same reason. Because, the first one is not true. Picking up signals. Some guys just don't get it. So sometimes they can be in their own heads. Not approaching, pursuing, and 50-50 and dates and stuff. Those three can really be lumped into their environment has changed so much that they just don't want to do it anymore. It's just juices and it's just not worth the squeeze. So, and how do we deal with this? Listen, it's gonna be. Listen, all of this is in the ladies' court. All of this is in your court, ladies. How are you gonna deal with this, right? You gotta at least. I can't advocate for any man to put himself out there knowing that him shooting his shot could on his job be risked, risk losing his job, risk being put on social media. You got people up there videotaping people, and I actually think it's time. I actually think it's time to stop videotaping people who are not consenting to it. I think that if you videotape somebody and you put it on social media, I think that we ought to start, a law needs to come out that you need to consent to it. There's a guy, I talked about this before, he's been risen, young dude in his 20s, risen up, getting girls' numbers or whatever, in grocery stores or whatever, and he's putting their pictures all over Facebook, all over social media. That's crazy to me. And he may be, and they may all be in on and acting, maybe he's getting consent letters signed and all that kind of stuff. But we've all seen the videos, or maybe you haven't. I've seen the videos. They're out there. They're viral videos, so I'm not the only one who's seen it. Of women humiliating men and all this kind of stuff. Shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be doing it. So they're ghosting you, not serious because they got other options. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. They're concerned about the environment, all this kind of stuff, right? Refusing to commit because they got other options. Men don't want to be in that particular place. They're approaching at the wrong time. What you deem to be the wrong time, because that's when you're the prettiest. Drake said it. I can't remember the lyric, but the verse. But hair tie, makeup. That's when you're the prettiest. So Drake said it. I think Jay-Z said it. So. And if you get to that point where you exchange numbers and this, that, and the other, and you start a conversation, why is the first thing he does send me a picture of his package? Because he loves it, he wants you to love it, and all that. And another reason too is because you start asking questions about it. You start asking questions about it. If listen, you're gonna ask a question, you're gonna get the answer. If you're gonna ask a question, and I've had the question asked to me. So if you're gonna ask a question, you're gonna get the answer. So don't ask a question. All right, so that's my thoughts, my opinions. I just wanted to make a fun one for us today about why men do what they're doing. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. If I missed anything, if you want me to do what they do after the dating phase, then we'll deal with that. But that's it. That's on you. Much love and peace.